Why is it dangerous? Well, number one, because it's a very important thing. I mean, you want to make your childhood self proud, okay? It's one of the biggest motivators, it's one of the biggest drivers. Going and getting the Rolex or the Lamborghini and all these other flashy lifestyle things isn't really going to make you happy. What is going to make you happy is making your childhood self proud, making your family proud, doing things for your family, being the bigger person and really helping them in literally being the fucking man and surprising them with all the shit that, well, not them or your child itself would ever expect you to do. And that's sort of what my life has been like for the last 1.5 2 years. Like, if my childhood self had to look at what I've done now, he would generally be shocked, and he would also be insanely proud of where I've come and how far I've come and just how I've managed to pick myself up. Because I know for a fact that that kid, he was very confused. He wanted so many things, but that confusion just really broke his confidence. And I'm just glad that it didn't break me completely where I didn't even try. And I'm gonna give you guys a story about my childhood and where this really comes from, and also why it's very dangerous to really avoid your younger self, because you can really draw a lot of fuel, okay? You can really draw a lot of motivation from that younger self of yours. So, about 5 6 years ago now, during like peak COVID time, I went through a very dark phase in my life. I would say, like, I don't believe in depression, but I would say it's probably the closest thing that I've ever gone to when it comes to actually being sad or being depressed. Okay, so this is COVID. The pools are shut. I couldn't go swim. I couldn't be an athlete. I couldn't really do my thing. And suddenly, now when I look back at it in hindsight, I had a loss of purpose. I had a loss of sense of self, and I couldn't really do what I was doing to really distract myself from pretty much the noise in life. Like, my mind, I have to really keep myself distracted. It's also why I do business, because if I don't have something to do, life sucks. Life genuinely sucks. But anyways, as that was happening, I didn't really have shit to do. I mean, I would wake up, I would do like the most shittiest workout. Like, I had some dumbbells at home. I would just pick those up, do something, do some fucking push-ups, crunches, think that's enough, and then pretty much go on with playing Fortnite the entire fucking day. And although, look, that was an amazing time. Okay, that was honestly the best time in terms of like just memories and just innocence and how simple life was. I mean, nothing can actually beat that. And it was a fucking amazing. Okay, I would wake up, I would do the workout, I would have some coffee, I would eat some food, and then I would literally just open my PS4 and grind Fortnite for like till like 3 a.m. with the boys. So it was actually very fun. But at the same time, I went through a very dark phase. Now, at that time, I remember getting very bullied by a lot of people actually, and a lot of acquaintances, you could say, from my school. And you know how guys, we had like this group chat, and there's like 12, 15 guys, and like there's all this fucking commotion, and like everybody just talking, and I would get really targeted by a lot of those guys in that group. And what I really went through, okay, when you guys look at fucking verbal abuse and you guys see, oh, this guy's body shaming, or like any of that stupid shit. I promise you, I have literally been told all of those things, okay? Literally all of those things, okay? So whenever I even shit on people like that, like, I low-key don't even think it's that bad. Like, it's genuinely insensitive. It's genuinely fucking hurtful and bad. But like, it's coming from the outside. Like, okay, I got really bullied, so I would get told insane levels of shit, okay? Like, you're fucking clapped, you're ugly. I would get body shamed even though I was literally the fittest guy there. But I was still like insanely skinny, so they kind of had a point as well. Like, I was very like underweight, so I wasn't actually like strong. If I had like a physical fight, I would probably have gotten like beaten up. And a lot of shit was told to me, and I was put into a very dark place because of all of that, and I didn't really have anything to channel that anger or just distract my mind, because I couldn't really train or swim. So I was going through a very difficult period, and there was this one instance, okay? So I remember saying in the group chat, yeah, AI is going to replace humans. AI is definitely going to replace lawyers as well. And I said that like 6 years back. And I remember some guy, one of the guys, he took a screenshot of that. He posted it on his story, and he said, "This guy is not a visionary or smart at all. He is just dumb." Okay, and I remember other people taking that story, screenshotting it as well, and laughing at it, and like pretty much showing it to the whole world, right? Like that's the kind of like shit I went through. Okay, so I think it really made me resilient, made me really strong, hard, but um, that's what happened. Okay, like literally everybody would like laugh at it and say, "Oh, this guy's just stupid. He's not a visionary at all." And if you look back in hindsight, these are all just kids saying that anyways. I mean, I'll get to the fun part of it, but what happened recently? Okay, so that happened. That same guy said that. Now 3 4 days back, okay, like I had posted a story on my Instagram about the new Claudebot thing, and just a quick side note on the Claudebot, I put a story asking people, do you know anybody who can set this up for me? Because well, I'm not fucking spending my time in setting that up. It's genuinely, look, Claudebot is high leverage, but then actually getting to that level, like don't think you're gonna just get the high leverage shit and then yeah, it's gonna be it. Like to actually get there, you need to obviously put your time, your effort, if you actually learn it, which is gonna take weeks. And well, I don't have that time. I'm a fucking CEO, okay? And that's not leverage for me. That's still a waste of my time. So posted a story saying I need somebody who can set this up for me. And I remember the same guy, okay, the same guy 6 years back who pretty much put that story, replied to that story saying or asking me, do you have a job? Do you have a job in your business? I'm always happy to help. I'm always happy to like join and just help and provide my service or whatever. And I found that insanely full circle. I mean, isn't it fucking ironic? Like that same guy, he shat on me for saying, "Oh, AI is going to replace people," and then 6 years later, I post a story about AI, and he's asking me for a job. So look, I'm not shitting on this guy because he's actually a nice guy. He's very very good. He actually even helped me in connecting me with somebody else who I'm speaking to make the Claudebot. So look, I have all respect for him. Okay, I'm not shitting on him. He's still a nice acquaintance, like a far off friend. But that was insane. Like he's asking me for a job now, and he's an older guy than me. By the way, he's not even my age. Okay, so what I realized then is that wow, like I have made my childhood self proud. Like he would be proud of pretty much how far I've come. Same fucking guy asked me for a job, and it's not even about that really. Like it's not even about the ego part of yeah, like this guy's gonna regret it, and it's like no, like it's really just about solving the insecurities that your childhood self would have by becoming the person that he would dream of you being. And that's pretty much where I'm at. Like I remember as I was going through that dark phase of my life, I got well Machiavellian thoughts really. I really got insane levels of insecurities and urges to like really just do something and be bigger than well who I was back then, because well I was just a kid, but I wasn't really happy with who I am and who I was. So I gained this insane level of insecurity really, or even just a superiority complex of I have to be better than people. And look, all of this is to just say I know everybody has gone through their own shit in their childhood and have pretty much raised their own insecurities as a kid, and you want to really use that to your advantage. Okay, now even when it comes to those people who really shit on you back in the day and really hated on you and said you wouldn't really do anything, because a lot of those guys said that. Okay, they pretty much showed me like you're not gonna do anything, and well obviously I took that to offense. Like I'm not just gonna sit there and still fucking tolerate that shit. Now it's not like I have negativity towards you and I'm gonna hold malice in my heart for you for the rest of my life. In fact, you wanna not do that, because look, if you wanna be successful, you have to be a positive person, and you cannot be successful by just hating on people. But at the same time, you can still use that as fuel, as energy and as motivation to really get to your goal. And that's what I did. Okay. So I got all these insane insecurities. When I look back at it, it's not even about the malice to those people. It's really about the insecurities that form when those kind of things happen to you. And you really want to actually dig down deep into your childhood traumas, because that's truly where you can draw an unlimited amount of energy and motivation to really go and get to your goal. Okay, so go and do this exercise. Okay, I did this when I first started out. what I did is I asked myself my goal, right? So you guys probably have your monthly, yearly goal. So let's say I want to make 200 grand this year. Okay, ask yourself why, because that's not really your goal. Like when I actually look back at it, my goal, it wasn't really just to make the money. It was really to solve those insecurities of that child back there and become the person that he would just be insanely proud of. And it honestly comes from embarrassing shitty moments like back in my childhood, like I just said, which obviously you don't have to share to the world. Okay, this exercise, it's really just for you. Okay, it's just for you. And I don't mind sharing this to you guys now, well, because here I am. But that's what you could also do eventually, do it for yourself. But anyways, ask yourself why. And when you ask yourself why, so let's do an exercise, right? I want to make 200 grand a month or a year. Why? I want to get a Lamborghini. Why? Because, well, you want a Lamborghini, but fucking why, right? Like, why? I have this base superiority complex and insecurity about just being better than others. And that's the truth. Okay, I know it's a shitty thing to admit, and a lot of people wouldn't admit that, but that is where the works of Freud, of Carl Jung really come in play. Okay, those are the founders of psychology. All the shit that you read, by the way, nowadays, modern psychology, it's been taken away from the fathers. Okay, so if you really want to understand psychology, and I'm not talking about shit like how do you influence these people to like you back and do all these fucking gay things, just go and ask and read all these guys who actually made the topic of psychology, and you'll understand that there's another complete different psyche to yourself. Okay, 99% of your decisions are subconscious decisions, they're not even conscious, so keep that in mind. Okay, you want to obviously understand yourself, because to understand yourself is to understand how you're going to play the game of life. It's to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and pretty much how that general will move across the fucking battlefield and the war ground and use his soldiers to really go and attack and get his goal. Okay, to undo that, you have to obviously understand yourself. So when you actually ask that question, this is this base level fucking narcissism that you really have. Like, why do I have this superiority complex? Then you go down to the root, which is that experience that you have in your childhood. And that's the true cause. Okay, that's the true level. That is truly where it wants. Another one for me personally, and I'm not afraid to admit this, it's why do I want to make money? Because I don't have the freedom to do what I want. Why? Because I had insane freedom. My dad would give me everything I wanted, but not everything. He would say yes, like whenever you want money, sure, I'll give it to you. But I couldn't really do things that I wanted to do, like go and travel and go and just buy shit that I want to not think about and not worry about. And I asked myself, why did that? And I remember as a kid, I would always be told, like my dad would always tell me, like, you think money grows on trees? You think it's that easy? Go and make it yourself. And it was almost like always used, and I would always feel ashamed, like shit, you always feel like I'm ashamed and like fuck, should not have asked for the money or whatever it is, right? And that's what I really wanted to prove, which is I do believe money grows on trees. Okay, look. I know it's a weird thing to say, but it is really that easy. Okay, it really is that easy, and I really wanted proof of that. So that's another big desire I had as a kid, which is, yeah, money does come easy, and it is in abundance. It comes by. There's a lot. There's a fucking lot to make. Okay, but at the same time, yes, you do have to work hard. So, yeah, like do understand the paradox there, but look, that's the whole point of this video and this entire lesson. It's really use those things for your child itself. Okay, use them, channel them, and I promise you will find an insane level of work ethic, because every day when you wake up, it's not about, yeah, I gotta make this money or I gotta do that. No, it's about doing it to really understand why you want to make the money, because then you're going to really show up when things get hard, because things will get hard. You're going to be in a big trench moment and trench period really, and that's when shit like this really matters. Okay, so don't take this video lightly. Don't be like, oh, this is just some fucking bullshit psychology, like all these fucking dating guys, coaches out there. It's like, yeah, you can definitely manifest and play psychology tricks to get this bitch. No, it's not really about that. Okay, it's not really about that. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next